Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Lenny. This is Big Girls Really Do Cry, and welcome to the diet word. Not sure if I'm sticking with this, but I was looking through my old blog, and that was the title I'd used for something, and actually don't like the word diet. So it kind of seems a bit ironic to use it, but maybe it's like, I don't know, whatever it is. Well, it's not that it's not that I don't like the word diet, because it's just like, yeah, it's just that I don't like the word diet. I think it's because it's like got a connotation. Is that the right thing to say? Of meaning that you get off it. For me, you go on a diet, you get off a diet. That's how it works, isn't it? Anyway, so if you haven't been, sorry for just waffling there. If you haven't been following so far, I started my weight loss journey again after having kind of a rough year. So I'll do a little bit of backstory. I used to weigh 47 stone 7, which is 667 pounds. I lost 18 stone 7, or I don't know what that is in pounds actually, but I got down to 417 pounds, which is 29 stone 7. And then I had a pretty traumatic 5 months actually, which probably turned more into a year nearly, because it's not quite a year yet. 10 months, I suppose, I don't know. Anyway, it was in the run up to it as well, so I suppose maybe. Before I waffle on different direction, I reverted back to binge eating, stopped calorie counting, and literally ate back half of the weight I'd lost in a short space of time, really. I've managed to calm that down, the binge eating, that is, and I started it again in April. I think it was April. I got weighed. Now, I always struggle to get weighed because of my size and the fact my legs don't work, my knees don't work, I should say. I also have lipedema and lymphedema, which can then add to it and aggravate it. So according to the scales, I was 38 stone 5, and I forgot to put the pounds down again. I went back to calorie counting in the 10th of June. I got weighed and I was 36 stone 2, so I'd lost 2 stone 3, which is 506 pounds. Yeah, I think I've got all that right. So that's where I was at, and then I've been doing, like I said, a weight loss journey as part of a vlog that I was doing, but I wasn't enjoying what I was doing, and so I decided to separate everything. It does seem, the one thing that I thought was, would I have enough to put in this, because I can't get weighed weekly, and if I do a weekly video, then normally you see the result of each week, don't you? But I kind of thought, well, I can still talk about how my week was. I can still add in things, foods that I've enjoyed or whatever. I could do things like top 5 microwave meals, whatever my favourites, or because I can go back over old blog posts like I was reading earlier, and look at what I was telling myself then, and maybe it'll inspire me now, and hopefully someone else, if someone else is watching. So yeah, the diet word. So I was looking at my old blog stuff, and I thought, I saw this, and it was one of the first things I wrote about, which was the diet word, hence where the title is from. And I wrote, sorry, because I'm going to read it, so if I look over there, you know why. Diet. Now where do I start with this word? Straight to the point. I think it should be banned from our vocabulary and never used again. It's a torture word for the fattening foods. In fact, I can hear the cream cakes crying as I type this. I am sure a lot of you reading this have tried a diet at one time or another, or even most of them, as I have in my case. And if you also, like me, you'd have dreamed of how fabulous you're going to look when you've finished your diet. And this is the problem with them for me. I always expected to get off and for it to end. Plus, isn't it the law of any diet that you can only start on a Monday? I mean, you can't start on any other day or you'll remain fat forever, and then you'll always end up you'll always tend to end it on a Friday night, you know, for your cheat or treat day, because you've done so good eating lettuce all week. And then comes Monday and you start with a healthy breakfast, but by the time dinner time or lunchtime comes, you're craving sugar again and give in, and then another 3 months pass and you're a stone heavier and you start another Monday diet, and so it goes on. And so this was basically what I wrote back then as part of my blog that I was doing, and it's so true that was basically my life for years, pretty much. Sometimes it'd be 3 months that go past, sometimes it'll be 6, and sometimes it'll be and it always resulted in me probably crying about it and then trying again and failing, and yeah. And here we are now. And calorie counting is, I started, like I said, back, so it'll have been January 17 when I first went in hospital, and that's when the calorie counting started. And it's more, it's a sort of calories in versus calories out, eating better carbs, etc. I used to binge eat quite a lot before, but you know, whenever anything went wrong in my life, whenever I felt really low, which is pretty much constantly at one point, but I kind of thought, because I'd gone a good couple of years without have it, God, I can't speak, without it having happened, I kind of thought I was cured, I suppose, if that's a thing. Maybe you're not cured, you just, you know what I mean, like, you're just managing it. But then when, like, you know, I lost my mum and dad, my friend and my auntie all within 5 months, and there was also a lot of other stuff going on as well. I think I just reverted back to my old, it was a coping mechanism that I used it to cope with life, and to be honest, I didn't even realise I did it at first. That's quite scary to think about, but I suppose because I was going through so much other stuff that it wasn't something that I was thinking about. I was just trying to get through the next day and the next day and the next day, and so on and so forth, and deal with the pain and the hurt, or not, as it were, eating it, I suppose. So it wasn't until sort of the November of last year that I kind of started to, no, it was the December, yeah, the December of last year that I started to notice that, you know, this was happening. And I actually phoned my old mental health nurse and spoke to him about it, and he was like, well, you know, you've been through so much trauma, it's no surprise kind of thing that you just immediately revert back to your old habits. And it wasn't until the April that I actually stopped doing it. And in the run up to then, I think I've not done it as much though. From the sort of January maybe of this year. Anyway, I'm not reverting back to other. That's all done. It's done. There's nothing I can do about it. It happened, and I'm not punishing myself for it. It happened. It's done. So moving forward, as I said, I think as I said earlier, I'm going to do this weekly. There won't be a weigh-in because I can't get weighed, but I will let you know how my week's gone, what's been going on. I might go dip back into my blog and read bits out of that. There's various things there. Okay, so looking back over the last couple of weeks, because I didn't do one last week, which I should have, but I didn't for whatever reason. I don't know. Anyway, last week's daily weekly average is 2,278. By the way, I'm on 2,450 calories a day. I try hopefully to stay under the 2,400 or around there. Not bothered if I just go over a little bit, but that's roughly what I'd like to stick within each day. And so last week I was on 2,278, which is the weekly daily average, and I did have an off stomach on one day, I believe. Can't remember what day it was. It should show on my daily, should show on my screenshot anyway. So this runs from, what day does it run from? Is it Saturday to Friday? No, that wouldn't work. No, it will work. Is it Saturday to Friday? I think Saturday to Friday. Yes, yeah. And then so this week, last week, yeah. No, this week, because it's Saturday, and I'm doing Saturday to Friday. So yeah, so confused. My daily weekly average is 2,533, which is slightly over by 83 roughly, or 100ish. That was because on Sunday, which was the day of the Euro final, I swallowed a bag of minstrels. Yeah. And had two vodka and Diet Cokes, which to be honest were only like 72 calories a can, so that's not too bad. But yeah, I did plan on have some chocolate, but I didn't realise I'd knocked myself over because I wasn't paying enough attention. See, not good, not good. So that's a good start to this video, isn't it? But yeah, it's hardly anything, and I'm not going to worry about it anyway. So anyway, I hope that you've made sense of this. I'll be back again next week, next Sunday again, and I will have something else to show you, as well as let you know how my week's been. And like I said, the 2 weeks have been fine pretty much, and those extra 80 odd calories, you know, they're not gonna cause any issues, so I'm not worried. I hope that whatever you're doing, whatever diet plan you're on, that you're doing well, and let us know in the comments anything you want to know. Basically, let us know in the comments what you're doing, how much you've lost, any ideas that, you know, for easy meals of like microwavable usually, because carers and stuff. So anyway, I shall see you next week. Bye bye.